Today we're tackling a list of 23 of the most misguided, poorly researched and just plain wrong flat earth claims. And they've all come from the comments from under one of my own videos. And they were all from the same flat earther. So let's not waste any time, shall we?
Shut up and sit down, you big bald f***.
Please subscribe. Claim 1. All Earth images from space are fake. Oh, this is the big one, isn't it? The grand delusion. The idea that every single image of our planet from space is a computer-generated fabrication requires so much conspiracy glue that it's a wonder they've got any left to stick their heads together. And their evidence, it looks a bit like a cartoon. The simple fact is we've got more photos and live videos of Earth from space than you have socks with holes in them. All from a parade of independent sources. NASA, the ESA, Roscosmos, and now even Elon Musk's little space taxis. Believing this would mean that thousands of people across dozens of organisations spanning decades are all in on a pointless conspiracy theory. The only thing that's more unbelievable is that they came to this conclusion with a functioning brain.
Special Officer Dookie reporting.
Claim number 2. No rocket has gone above 100 kilometres in altitude. Another dose of pure grade A nonsense. The 100-kilometre line is known as the Kármán line, which is basically the internationally agreed upon spot where Earth's atmosphere gets so thin that you no longer fly in. You're spacing. It's not a magical wall, a celestial speed bump, or a cosmic force field. It's just a line in the sand, or, the sky. For example, Jeff Bezos is literally in the business of launching tourists just over that line for a few minutes of anti-gravity jiggling. And are we really to believe that the guy who has enough money to build a rocket shaped like, well, you've all seen it.
But it looks like a giant dick.
This isn't just a theory, it's a measurable fact, and frankly, a pathetic one to argue against. Claim number 3. Antarctic circumnavigation has never happened. And this is a favourite of flat earthers because they need a convenient, ungo-aroundable edge to their dinner plate world. But just like every other thing they believe, it's complete crap. Circumnavigating Antarctica has been done and documented on multiple occasions. The first recorded one was a Soviet icebreaker back in 1957. More recently, in 2021, a Norwegian research vessel managed it. It's not some secret society with a magical map. These are well-documented voyages. Claim number 4. Satellites don't exist. Now, this is, without doubt, the most ridiculous, self-defeating claim in the entire flat earth canon. It's an argument that collapses in on itself faster than a dying star. Now let's see, do you use GPS to find that new coffee shop? Are you watching TV right now? Do you ever check the weather forecast? All of these things, from your phone's navigation to live broadcasts of sporting events, relies on the very things you claim don't exist. GPS specifically works by receiving signals from a network of at least 4 satellites in orbit, which triangulate your precise location on the ground. So if satellites don't exist, how does your phone know you're at the McDonald's drive-thru and not in a swamp in Florida? This isn't just a claim, it's a flat earther has no clue moment of epic proportions. Claim number 5. Flights never nosedive because of missing curvature. Now, this is another flat earth claim that's like arguing that a car on a roller coaster should just fly off into space because the track curves. It's fundamentally misunderstanding the one thing that keeps your feet on the ground.
Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
It's a force that pulls everything towards the centre of mass. So an aeroplane is naturally being pulled towards the centre of Earth, no matter where it is in the sky. A plane maintains altitude by continuously generating lift to counteract this pull, effectively riding the curvature. It's not a struggle against missing curve. It's a seamless dance with the most fundamental force in the universe. A plane's flight path isn't a dead straight line in space. It's a constant, gentle arc that's following the curve of gravity, or the pull of gravity rather. Claim number 6. Flights between Australia and South America never fly over Antarctica. Now this one's just a classic example of what happens when you try to apply a flat map to a round world. The shortest distance between 2 points on a globe is a Great Circle route, and for places in the southern hemisphere, that path often dips away way south. And while many flights avoid the deep south because flying over open ocean is less than ideal if things go sideways, they still take southerly routes. For example, flights from Santiago in Chile to Sydney in Australia take a route that gets quite close to Antarctica. So no, they're not avoiding a giant ice wall, they're just following the most efficient path on a globe Earth, which is something a flat map simply can't show you accurately. Claim number 7. The moon landings were faked. Well, duh, obviously flat earthers think that. But this is just like the OG conspiracy theory, and one that all flat earthers have to buy into. And it's as old as the Apollo program itself, and has been debunked more times than a flat earther's scientific experiment. The evidence isn't just from NASA. That would be way too easy. We've got photographic evidence from independent, competing space agencies like the ESA or Japan's JAXA and China's CNSA, all of whom have sent orbiters to the moon. They photographed the landing sites, and you can clearly see the lunar landers, rover tracks, and even those little footprints in the lunar dust. It's not a matter of trusting one government, it's a matter of looking at the verifiable evidence from multiple sources that would love nothing more than to prove the US wrong. Claim number 8. No 24 sun in Antarctica. Now, to me, this one is so insane, it just beggars belief. We've just sent a group of people down there to witness it. People can book cruises and flights to the polar regions just to witness the phenomenon. It's a direct, undeniable result of the Earth's axial tilt. Now, during the summer in the southern hemisphere, the South Pole tilts towards the sun, and this causes the sun to circle the sky for months on end without ever setting. Just ask Jaron and Whitsitt, they saw it. Now, this isn't some secret society ritual, it's a verifiable scientific fact that's been observed by countless explorers, scientists and tourists. But like I said, TFE was a thing. Look it up. Claim number 9. A huge difference in heat from the sun between noon and morning/evening. Now, this is a spectacular example of flat earthers accidentally proving the globe. The key here is the sun's angle. At noon, the sun is high in the sky, and its rays hit the ground at a steep direct angle, and this concentrates the energy into a smaller area, which is why it's so hot. In the morning and evening, however, the sun is much lower on the horizon, which means the same amount of sunlight is spread out over a much wider area, making the heat far less intense. This isn't a problem for a spherical Earth. It's a perfectly logical and scientifically accurate observation that only makes sense on a globe. Claim number 10. Polar star trails are circular, but it should be straight lines. Nicely put. But this is just a basic failure to grasp the concept of relative motion. The circular star trails we see in a long exposure photo are not a bug, they're a feature. The Earth is rotating on its axis like a massive wobbly top, and from our perspective on the surface, the stars appear to be revolving around the celestial poles. Now, if you were on a flat, non-rotating plane, the star trails would just be straight lines, not perfect circles. So the very photographic evidence you think you can use to disprove the globe actually proves its rotation. Claim number 11. So-called space videos are from balloons using a fisheye lens camera. This is just classic deflection, trying to use a genuine piece of scientific kit, a wide-angle lens, to debunk an entire planet. While some high-altitude balloon footage does use these lenses, which can exaggerate the curve, countless hours of video from the ISS and other satellites use standard boring old lenses and still show the distinct, obvious curvature of the Earth. Claim number 12. Moon's night side is same as sky instead of black. What? Now, if that isn't a perplexing claim that has no basis in reality or science, then I don't know what is. The Night side of the moon is just the part that isn't illuminated by the sun, so it appears dark to us from here on Earth. It isn't some ethereal see-through piece of sky, it's a solid three-dimensional object in space. Claim number 13. A live telecast of rocket attached with a regular lens camera going up at least 20,000 kilometers in altitude has never happened. Well, that's just a lie. Wrapped in another lie and fried in pure ignorance. The live telecast claim is a non-starter because there are, in fact, countless live streams and telecasts from rockets that show the Earth's curve. You can watch them on YouTube from both private companies and government agencies. NASA's live feed from the ISS is a prime example. It's a constant, real-time broadcast of a perfectly spherical Earth. Claim number 14. Go fast rocket hit the dome about 98 kilometers. What does that even mean? But it sounds like fun. Now, this claim is built entirely on a misunderstanding of an actual rocket launch. The Go Fast rocket was a private project that did not, in fact, hit the dome. The company behind the launch even confirmed that the mission was a huge success, reaching its intended altitude. The notion of a dome is pure, unadulterated science fiction with absolutely zero evidence to support it. It's a convenient, baseless assertion cooked up by flat earthers to explain away anything that doesn't fit their narrative. Claim number 15. During solar eclipses, the alleged moon's shadow is only about 100 kilometers wide. Now, this isn't a debunking, it's they just proved us right moment. This is why a total lunar eclipse is such a rare and spectacular event, visible from only a small patch of the Earth at any given time. This movement is not only predictable, that means we know when it's going to happen, flat earthers, but it's also perfectly consistent with a model of a spherical rotating Earth that orbits the sun with the moon orbiting us. Claim 16. Sometimes lunar eclipses occurs when the sun is still above the horizon. Okay, so a selenilion then. And it's not a flaw, it's a feature. It's rare, but it's well documented, and it's caused by Earth's atmospheric refraction. Claim 17. Our eyes and senses tell us that we're not moving or spinning. Now, this argument relies on a fundamental misunderstanding of physics because your body doesn't feel constant motion. It feels acceleration, a change in speed or direction. And this is why you feel a jolt when a car speeds up or turns a corner, but you don't feel the speed when you're cruising down the highway. Claim 18. Rising/setting sun reflection on ocean surface is straight line. Okay, the straight line reflection argument. I've heard this one before, like all the others. And I can't stress this enough. It's just a trick of perspective. That straight line of sunlight on the water, it's just an optical illusion created by the way light reflects off countless wavelets and ripples and then bounces directly towards your eyes. The reflection appears as a straight line because you're observing it from a single point of perspective, like a giant reflective runway leading straight to you. Claim 19. Helicopter take off and hold its position. This proves Earth is not spinning. My word, these people are thick. Now, that claim is just based, well, it's not even a claim, it's just complete insanity. But the reality is, the reason that's what you think you see is the same reason that if you jump in an aeroplane, you don't get smashed into the ceiling. Because the Earth's atmosphere rotates with the Earth. And when a helicopter takes off, it's still immersed in the same moving air mass. Think of it like a fly inside a moving bus. The fly can hover perfectly still relative to the bus, not because the bus isn't moving, but because the air inside the bus is moving with it. Claim 20. Sun can't push its planet. Solar system is your imagination. I'm starting to think English may not be this guy's first language. But that's just a classic straw man. No scientist has ever claimed that the sun pushes its planet. Claim 21. Shadow on the moon is circular. It's Ketu, a black object. Well, I don't know what any of that means. But they've left the realm of bad science and entered the world of ancient mythology. The Ketu reference is a Hindu celestial body, a mythological entity, not a real object. Claim 22. No one received Nobel Prize for proving flying ball Earth. Okay. The Nobel Prize is awarded for groundbreaking new discoveries or inventions, not for proving something that's been accepted as a fact for thousands of years. The shape of the Earth was proven thousands of years ago by the ancient Greeks. You wouldn't get a Nobel Prize for confirming that fire is hot and that water is wet, would you? The idea that the lack of a prize somehow invalidates a fundamental principle of physics and astronomy is a desperate and entirely nonsensical argument. It's a flat earther has no clue moment, and it perfectly demonstrates their ignorance of both science and history, and reality, and pretty much everything. Claim 23, woohoo! Driving vehicles north-south directions wouldn't be possible if Earth is spinning. I mean, okay then. Now this claim fails because it ignores the fact that everything on Earth, the ground, the atmosphere, you, your car, is rotating together at the same speed. It's like being on a merry-go-round. You can walk from the centre to the edge without being flung off because you and the ground are moving at the same constant rotational speed. There is no invisible force trying to push your car off the road. So, there you have it. 23 more examples of why these stupid flat earth claims fall apart the second you apply a little bit of reality, logic, and a dash of actual science to them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Love you. Bye.
Out of everything that's on the internet, this is the best thing.
Know what I did last night? I hid Mrs. Blinder's asthma inhaler just so she could scream, "Give it to me, give it to me," because I want my neighbours to think I'm a hunky stud.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, ever,